Good evening. Welcome to Bob Pate Stadium for tonight's United Premier Soccer League women's match between Karen Football Association and Vlora FC. My name is Skip Newton alongside Dominic Bisogno and Katie Brink. Dominic, we got a couple of teams struggling coming into the season. They're sitting at the bottom of the standings, both with 0 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses. But I got to feel like both teams are coming into this maybe with a little bit of confidence, thinking, this is the chance to turn the season around.
Yeah, absolutely. This game sort of places itself perfectly in these two team seasons as an opportunity to really launch something for the rest of the spring. There is such a thing as two teams can have the same record. It can mean very different things, right? And so obviously these two teams come in with those 3 losses. Tonight's a chance for both of them to prove that maybe there's something misleading about that or something that can change about that tonight.
Exactly. Karen football team, or KFA as we'll call them, for a lot of this match. Again, with the 3 losses in their 3 league games, just 1 goal, a 25 against. I mean, that's a rough start, of course. And Vlora struggled in their 3 matches, no goals scored, and a pretty even 14 goals against spread across those 3 games. So, step 1, let's get Vlora a goal, and then perhaps maybe even put a crooked number on the board, and a W would be a big one for tonight.
Yeah, I think tonight feels like the perfect opportunity for Vlora to kind of get over that hump, get some goals over the line, hopefully get some points over the line as well. And you would think that if they can get that done tonight, that at least gives them some really nice momentum to carry them into the next half of the season, which isn't necessarily going to get easier, but it always helps to be in a better place as a team.
Absolutely. Now, before we start, I was unable to be here Friday night for the men's match. I understand they lost by a 1-0 score, but just a quick 30-second synopsis. What did you see that night?
Yeah, it was a really interesting game. Kind of two teams that came with very clear plans. The St. Paul Blackhawks were the visitors and ended up winning 1-0, very much with a concise plan of what they wanted to do that night. Really good defensive battles, a lot of high pressure that Vlora had to deal with. And in the end, just sort of a late good goal from the Blackhawks just kind of broke that game open in an otherwise really sort of resolute day for both defenses.
All right, so good defensive match, as the 1-0 score would indicate. Now we've got the teams taking the field. KFA wearing more red on top than not, going left to right. Vlora wearing all white on top, going right to left. So a little confusing from that perspective. KFA controlling the play early here, but in their own end. Taking the opening kick and playing it back, but now a steal by Vlora sets up a potential opportunity here. They try to feed that one through, but it doesn't get there. Intercepted by the KFA defense. Speaking of intercepting by the defense, almost a great play there by Wessel. She stepped up. A couple of new starters in the lineup. Cicely Wessel has been coming off the bench. She gets to start today. I'm pretty sure Julia Taylor, Alyssa Freeman also getting into that starting 11 for the first time. So chance to mix things up here for the Coach Knox.
Yeah, and I suppose on a night like tonight, why not go for some changes just to continue to feel out this roster and what can be the best setup, especially on the night where you feel like maybe you have a little bit of a better chance to grab a goal or 2 here.
Stolen here, controlled by 2. She brings that one in the middle of the field, but cleanly played away. Nice job. Vlora clearing their end all the way down. They'll play it back to the goalkeeper. Didn't get a name on the position of goalkeeper, so apologize for that for visiting KFA. Throw in far side, Vlora. Attempt to cross, but like that went off the wrong part of the boot there and goes over for a goal kick. That was Tina Million. Is that a throw? And we got number 1 as the goalkeeper, so Sunny Paw for KFA, as that ball goes into the KFA bench. Over the head appeal, and tries to track this one down. Nice clear defensively.
Good steal there.
Opportunity off that steal temporarily for Bringer and Davi. Nice to see some Vlora possession maintained in the other half of the pitch. a sign here that we might see some more offense from Vlora.
Yeah, it feels certain that Vlora's going to have more chances than it has in past games. It's a matter of what other players going to make of those chances.
That cross by Peel just a little too strong. Nobody was on the back post. If a defender loses her footing, that's number 15, Claire Herr. Clearly all right, but it'll be a throw in here for Vlora. Labadie up to Wessel. Sort of gets that back, but under pressure loses possession. Peel trying to get in there quickly. Based on our view, it looks like Peel usually has some athletic advantage over her opponent. She's very fast up there, but she's got some size advantage as well in this game. So it'd be interesting to see if she can utilize that to present some opportunities for herself and teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. You see those last sort of two players she sized up against, she looked to have some noticeable height over.
Olsen cuts in the middle, then passes through. A little strong. Paw picks that one up.
It'll be interesting to see tonight because at the same time that Vlora, of course, are going to be really hungry for a goal, you can imagine that. Oh, wait a moment here.
Tried to play it over the head. She does. A tough play. You gotta just have the perfect touch. You're under pressure. Peel tried to lob that one over the goalkeeper. She puts that one on goal. That would have been the first one of the season.
And I actually think credit to her for just going for that. She made a good run, had to make a decision there. I don't think that's a bad decision. I think it just ends up not quite being where it needs to be. But
yeah, I agree. I mean, she had the goalkeeper coming out front, but she had two defenders collapsing from either side. So I think the one touch, try to lob it over, was the right play. Tough to execute under all that pressure, balls hopping around, but yeah, nice to see. Not only does Vlora have the possession, but really they're winning a lot of those 50-50 balls early. I mean, we're just in the 6th minute here, but they look strong and aggressive so far.
Yeah, definitely really caging this game into the KFA half right now. In the moments where KFA have gotten the ball back, they haven't been able to get too far with it.
Went off the shoulder of the KFA midfielder. Wessel. Deal. Cuts inside. Draws another defender, but is able to maintain possession. Plays it out nicely. Olsen crossing. Got a girl on the far side. Rushing up was Taylor. Couldn't get a shot, but the corner is earned.
Yeah, a little tricky for her to deal with. She gets to the ball, and there's a defender really just right in front of her. So little space to maneuver. But
go ahead.
I would say a corner out of this position, I think, is not a terrible reward, though.
It's a good one in the middle. Falls down. Looks like it was played by KFA, and then they play it again to the outside. Good touch to not just bury it. Almost ended up getting it to a teammate, but can't quite keep it in. Weather at game time, mid to upper 70s. Humidity starting to go up a little bit, but not too bad. Bit of a hazy early summer evening as the smoke making things a little more interesting here in the Twin Cities area, but just an otherwise gorgeous night for soccer. Barely any wind to speak of. Left foot cross, that one's off the body of number 12. That's Zeta Thorough. We'll have another corner kick here for Vlora. Good cross there by Olsen.
You can feel how much this Vlora team wants to get that goal.
Yes.
It hasn't quite happened yet, but for what it's worth, you can really feel the work, and certainly they're starting to ease their way into the rhythm of something happening. But you can really feel that there's some intent there.
Cicely Wessel will take the corner once again. Take this one with her left foot, be an outswinger. Aimed short. Played by KFA, but unfortunately for them, over the goal line. So another corner coming for Wessel. About the same spot, gets through a few players, no touch, one touch shot. Wide.
Leon was there for the shot, and it ends up being too high. Kind of scoops it, but good placement from her, knowing where to be, sort of on the far side of the box.
Maybe could have taken a touch to settle that one a little bit.
Yeah, had a little bit of space to work with.
Aggressive pass back to the keeper. Good pressure there by Peel. Nicely done by KFA to get out of that. That got dangerous in a hurry. We've seen Peel consistently put pressure on that back line and on the keeper in the previous matches. So no surprise to Vlora fans there.
No, she was going right for it. The goalkeeper did really well to kind of find her way out of that. Actually, a pretty impressive escape from the KFA players, all said and done. But yeah, Peel's been pressing high every game, and it'll be interesting to see what that looks like today, just because the possession is going to keep Vlora probably pretty high up the pitch for a lot of the game.
Oh, nice ball up the left side. Olsen again brings it back. Opportunity here. Shot for the far corner, just outside. That was all set up by one of the center backs for Vlora, winning the ball at midfield, and then nice pass to the outside, and then up the line, just a bang-bang passing play. Olsen with another good cross. Just need Vlora to finish these opportunities here, get on the board.
Yeah, and even aspects of that shot from Freeman, I like the idea of trying to keep it kind of low and calm to the corner after a big run up and try to kind of catch him off guard. Didn't quite work out. It's a blow off target.
Throwing for KFA deep in their own end there, near the far corner. Played high in the air by Vlora, but there's no one in particular now. Peel battling, losing that one, but now she has an opportunity to get it back. She's going to go deep corner. Can she get there in time looking for that cross? She does, and she's going to get another corner here for Vlora. This will be the fourth already, first 11 minutes. Once again, Jane Brink bringing us the drums. An in-swinger from the far side. Towards the top of the box. Played in, not strongly, but still in danger. Oh, right out, opportunity here. Poor angle shot. It's up and it's in, and the first goal is finally there.
Great shot from a pretty tight angle by Wessel there, and really makes the most of a little bit of a rough start to that set piece. Vlora get the ball back and just really nice, confident hit.
Cicely Wessel with the goal.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Fans are excited. Finally have broken through that barrier. You felt that was coming. I mean, just the pressure was in the entire half.
Yeah, Vlora.
Foul called here, first one of the match. Vlora with the four corners, pressure leading to their first goal of the season. Now with the first foul, filling up the stat sheet. Ball gets all the way back to Gracie Freiberg. First time we've mentioned her name tonight.
Yeah, first real action for the night.
Olsen gets there, but that one's blocked. Peel pressuring. Forces the turnover. Taylor far side, nobody home.
Well, we've been waiting for that goal, and I must say it was a really nice one.
Yes.
it wasn't sort of a. Sometimes when teams finally break that hurdle, it's sort of a scrappy, knocked in own goal, some sort of whatever, messy kind of thing. That was a tight angle, and Wessel just sort of took on the challenge. Really, I think, kind of cracked it onto the crossbar and got it in. So
yeah, over the hands of Sonny Paw, but underneath the crossbar. I mean, not really anything Paw could do here. I think we got I didn't see a foul, maybe a handball. I wasn't sure on that, but regardless, it is a Vlora free kick, just their side of the midfield line. And for the box, didn't quite get the angle or the lob on that one. Paw gives it a boot. Controlled temporarily by KFA, but Vlora immediately takes it back. Wessel tries to switch fields, but buries that one into the body of a KFA player, midfielder right in the way. There's that pressure by Peel.
yeah, Vlora's staying pretty intense. Not letting the ball move around too much freely.
Opportunity here for KFA. They'll take that long shot, but well wide. I believe that was Daniela Garcia, number 10. First penetration into the attacking third for KFA. Lavity puts it across the box to her teammate far side. See how Vlora begins to build this attack. Lots of space over there. Errant pass. Well recovered by Bigger and Davi.
Feels like KFA responding with a little bit more composure these last couple of minutes, just moving the ball around a little better. That being said, feels like Vlora's still kind of commanding this one.
It feels like, again, 16 and change in, that Vlora has a little bit extra time when they have the ball in their possession, right? They have more time to settle it, look around, make a play. They're a bit of a heavy touch on that one, though. They have to recover defensively, and they do. But Vlora's a step or two quicker to apply pressure on the ball when KFA does have it versus having more time.
No, absolutely. You're not seeing quite the intensity of the press that Vlora's implementing for sure. That being said, there's usually one or two KFA players around to poach mistakes when they do happen, so Vlora will have to be careful about that.
There's that Peel pressure forcing the turnover. She's going to take it far side. Got a couple of girls between her and the box, but two teammates in the middle. She's going to cross. Gets by everybody. Olsen will track this one down. She does. Nice cut by Halima. Can't make the play.
But does get a corner out of it, it looks like. I think that just skipped off the defender right at the end there.
All right, the touch off of KFA. We'll take that. Another opportunity here for Wessel. Wessel with the goal. Took a corner kick and played it around, and then ended up back on her foot just over the head. Kira coming in from her defensive spot has possession now. Another corner for Vlora.
Vlora really applying pressure via these set pieces and just sort of a little bit of suffocating the air of the game, not really giving KFA anything to work with.
So they mix things up on that most recent one. Here they're going to mix it up again and go short. But they went longer on the one previous to this versus the ones that they've done out to the edge of the box. So choosing to run different set pieces off these corners. Of course, when you get 6 corners in 18 minutes, you gotta vary things a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is frankly one of the other values of how this game is starting is Vlora's getting an opportunity to try a lot of things, to experiment a little bit.
Too strong a throw there. It'll be a goal kick. First game under the lights, for me anyway, once the sun sets behind the haze.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a late night week. The men's game on Friday, 8 p.m. start, and today 8 p.m. start. But the weather's been nice for both days though, so that's made it a lot easier to get out here.
Double header. Oh, a nice job by Peel. She brings that back. Paw gets in the way. Great hustle there by number 10, Olivia Peel. Bounces over to Vlora. Halima. She splits the defenders. Good speed move there. Just a little too strong.
Yeah, just didn't quite get around that second player, but some nice footwork.
Is that a throw temporarily down, but she's up in the center rough. Make sure she's okay. This one headed too far. Sunny will pick that one up. Boot near midfield, far side. We're going to have an offside flag. Looked like Peel may have come back from that one.
Yeah, that looks to be the call. Okay, take it pretty quickly.
Played forward, picked out of the air nicely. Tried for that left foot volley. Shot goes well wide. Fragberg will pick that one up. Big boot past midfield, over the head. An opportunity here for Peel. She's got speed. She also has a teammate. Olsen on her left. Cuts it back. Keeper is out. She shoots far wide. Oh, a wide open goal. The keeper was way out in pretty much in no man's land. Opportunity missed there for Olivia Peel.
Yeah, it's a golden opportunity. She knows she should have scored that one. She gave a shake of the head. There was a little high five with Halima. I think she'll be until she hopefully does score today. She'll be thinking about that one
exactly,
for a while. I mean, she's been making really great runs. This is the second time she's sort of had a chance to chip a shot over, and that one better than the first, but doesn't quite find the angle.
Yeah, this one she had control of it. It was on the ground, a much easier position to get a good quality shot off, and just struck it wide.
There are nights where you don't want your forward making those choices, but tonight does feel like the night where you want the person who's making those runs to be feeling like that, to be taking those shots, to be showing some of that ambition. Seeing on a day like today, that feels like it's in its right place. So hopefully that starts to pay off for Peel. Obviously, she's working really hard tonight already.
Foul from behind there on Vlora, just their second so far the first half. We're about the midway point. Got a doubleheader coming next Sunday right here at Burnsville High School. Premier team and women's team both playing. Nice flick over the head. Peel comes back for it. She's got teammates running on the far side. She splits them. It's onside. The keeper way out again. Gets there first. Peel some good physicality there. Nearly won that one. Controlled by Garcia. That's a cross far side. Going to be run down over there by Mutesi. Unable to maintain control. KFA regrouping on their back line. Played this one forward to be a race to the ball. That race is won by Freiburg.
Some really good moments happening for Vlora. That pass from Peel earlier to almost assist a one-on-one goal. Just another example of there's a lot of sparks flying from this team tonight already.
Turnover, Vlora. They give it back. Played past the back line, but easy one as Freiburg waits at the edge of the box. Off the boot of Bigger and Davi, right over to KFA, but their cross is deflected up. Now controlled again by Gren. In the touch, I think we're going to have a foul called there. Good call, far side.
That's a free kick. KFA.
Right in front of the Vlora bench. Chance to put this one into the box. The good kick. Get some pressure on Freiburg. Outside the penalty area, immediately headed out. Ta. Pass intercepted, but gets it back. Down the line, this will be a goal kick. Vlora far side. Pass right at KFA, but it comes right back to Vlora. Now it's Labadie in the back line. She'll use Freiburg. Labadie. Wessel. A little bit of pressure there by her. Elias. Peel almost got that one. It's the presence of Peel there forcing the errant pass. Sunny Paw aggressively out of her box.
Yeah.
I mean, almost playing like a positional player that's been forced to play goalkeeper. Kind of. I mean, that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. Definitely trying to just provide as many options for passes as KFA can get. Although when under pressure, it makes that harder for her to do. Just back to the play before that throw-in, Vlora got out of it well in the end, but you can see, I think, that KFA are starting to try to press a little higher now, and I think for them it probably makes sense of, if you know that this is a Vlora team that's had its own issues to navigate in terms of defensive performances, when the ball is deep in Vlora territory, make Vlora play the ball around. Make
exactly.
them have to do those little things, and give yourself a significantly better chance of creating something. And so it does seem like KFA are just starting to ease into that a little more. Vlora dealing with it so far.
Nice possession by the back line. Wessel couldn't get it up to Olsen, but she checks back, flex it over Halima, far side. Taylor has that one taken away, plucked out of the air. Long shot, they're going to over the head. Tried to catch goalkeeper paw out of her net, but she was actually back near the 6. Had she been up where she normally would be, that may have been a successful shot.
Yeah, catches it confident in the end, but not only if she's up a couple of yards further ahead, but also I suppose on a night where a goalkeeper's had a couple errant passes and whatnot, you maybe just want to test her just to see what happens with the ball in front of her.
Yeah, absolutely. First official save for Sunny Paw. A lot of the Vlora shots have been off the mark. Field did a nice job getting in the way of that. Now she gets it back, looking for a teammate. Goes around one defender. Comes home. She's got Olsen. Left foot out of the air. Pulls it down. Tough play there for Olsen. Nice job almost controlling that.
Yeah. No, I mean, she was able to control it to a certain degree. I mean, it's as much as the dream situation there is to just find a sweet hit right away. There's a really hard space to work with that. She did her best.
Back in front of us a little bit ago, really nice physical play by Cicely Wessel against 2 defenders. Just muscled her way through to win that ball cleanly.
Yeah, she's been, in addition to her nice goal on the other side of the field, she's been working hard down here on the near side, really ever since.
Pass a little strong, but plenty of room here for Vlora to work with. Using Freiberg. Over the top, looking for Wessel. Immediate pressure, 2-on-1 stolen. Played long into the box. Freiberg gets there in time.
Freiberg read that well. You just see what KFA were trying to do there, and they almost did pull off a well-timed run onto that ball. Does well just to scoop it up.
Yeah, when it was first struck, I didn't think anything of it until all of a sudden saw their player on the far side really kind of come out of nowhere.
Commenting towards it.
Yes.
So good for Freiberg not to be caught sleeping there.
I believe it's a throw in at midfield. Knocked away, but straight to the boots of Halima. She loses possession. Ball played through, but nobody home there for KFA. Just past the half-hour mark. 1-0. Goal scored in the 12th minute. Vlora, first of the season, number 7, Cicely Wessel. Took a corner and ended up getting it back through play, and really tough angle shot. Buried one just under the crossbar.
Yeah, showed some really good composure. Funny enough, after a set piece that went awry a little bit, gets the ball back and just nails the shot. That Vlora on the board for the first time this season. Much awaited goal from this team, and much deserved in the end today.
Nice pressure with a steal. Opportunity here. Also with speed. Keeper's way out. Great defense coming back. Potentially saving a goal. Oh, and good pressure there by Olsen. She knocks it away. Sunny Paw. A little risky.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing called from that. It looks like.
Now we've got a injury break here. I wonder if perhaps got kicked in the hand, maybe.
some sort of contact for sure. It looks like she's sort of flexing her hand.
During the break, we'll look at this replay of the goal. See, it ends up back on her foot, takes the shot and buries it. It's a really nice finish there.
Yeah, really just sails it into the bar. Nice lofty shot.
Trainer tending to the goalkeeper paw, or the goalkeeper's paw, could say. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, meanwhile, the girls take advantage to get a little bit of a water break, some instruction from their coaches. But yeah, please continue with your thought.
You know, I think there was no foul called there initially, and I think whatever did happen was likely just some contact. Oh, the Vlora player was very much going for the ball and did manage to jab the ball out. Did well to sort of keep the pressure up and test a goalkeeper that's had a little bit of a tough day so far, and I'm not angry about that. It does seem like there must have been some sort of follow-through contact with the hand, maybe from her foot.
Both teams retaking the pitch here after a couple-minute break.
I think it's worth noting. It's good to see. It looks like Pa is just going to stay in the game and play. We've covered a lot of games here where there's been goalkeeper changes.
Yes.
To be perfectly frank, there's been a lot of them. And, obviously it's cool to see different players, but it's never great to see a goalkeeper have to leave a game early. And so it's good that at least now, knock on wood, at least for now, that we're not there yet tonight. It's like Sonny Pa's going to play through it.
KFA had possession. Pass is Aaron. Oh, and here's played. Peel with the steal. She's got a wide open net. She needs to finish this one, and she does. Minute number 36. Pog just could not play that one with her body, and of course we've seen Peel pressuring all season long, all match long. It finally results in her first goal.
There's been a lot of work going into that one, and it comes in an unconventional manner, but like you said, it really reflects just how hard she's been working up front off the ball to make things happen.
So I think the way this game has played in this first half, Vlora needed a second goal, in my opinion. Going into the half, just up a goal, while good, and you can feel good about the way they've controlled play for the most part, I think that would have felt like, boy, we should have at least two. So I'm happy to see that. And here's an opportunity for KFA, except the flag is up.
So tight offside call. But yeah, I mean, to your point, yeah, I think if you're up 1-0 after that 45, or soon to be 45, I agree. I think just leaves a little room for some annoyance about, well, this is good. It's not quite as good as it probably should be. 2-0 feels a little more like what's deserved from that performance. Vlora been good and haven't necessarily piled in the shots on target, and so, getting 2 from all of that work feels about where this half should land, although there's a couple minutes to see if they can add more.
And just as good, I think, for Olivia Peel to finally get her goal. I mean, she's worked hard in every match, especially tonight as well. Olsen on her horse. Can't get there.
Sprinting after it, just barely missed out on keeping that in. But yeah, for Peel, I mean, every single game she's been working so hard with really leading this press, sometimes as the sole player in the press. And A well-deserved goal from that work. Just getting in the way, just being, frankly, being an annoyance for the goalkeeper to deal with while she's trying to handle this ball out of the box, forcing her to make a decision in the end, an error, and Peel just makes the most of it.
Throw in controlled up to Peel. Olsen with it now. Threads it through. Peel brings it back. Further into the middle. She's looking for a teammate. Deflected to Olsen, but then immediately back in control by KFA. Somehow they split two defenders. Well played. Near side. Down the touchline. Good pass there. Garcia. Well defended.
And that's just what Vlora has to be careful about here, is they're very much in control of this game, but KFA have shown that in the right situation, they're able to put some things together, and on another day or another moment, that could have resulted in a shot on goal. So Vlora just have to make sure they don't get complacent from a really positive start.
Here comes KFA. They feed that one through. It's onside. Garcia across. Nobody home. It goes all the way across. This will result in a throw-in.
Really solid ball across goal. Just no one really ready to take a jab at it.
That's one of those, too, where it was so close. I mean, inside the 6, any touch is going to put that one home. There's a shot, but off frame. The third shot officially by my stat sheet, and all of them have been significantly wide. No official saves for goalkeeper Gracie Freiberg. Header by Claire Herr goes into touch via throw-in for Vlora in the end of the 40th minute. 2-0, looking for more. Wessel scored the first goal of the match in the season back in the 12th minute. Olsen battling, finds a teammate. Kira plays it across. Hagman goes long. Paul able to stay in her box that time and play that one with her hands. Long ball into the penalty area. Freiberg once again.
AFA just kind of looking for little moments to catch Vlora off guard. Freiberg ends up handling it well, but certainly see what KFA are trying to get done here.
Near side, Wessel. Oh, a nice touch up to Olsen. Too far. Thought that was brilliant there by Bigger and Davi, but just out of the reach of her teammate, Emma Olsen. And too physical a play there by Olabadi. Midfield free kick. One in the air. Vlora. Peel. In between two defenders, there's a third one on her. Goalkeeper is out. She can take the shot if she wants. She does, and she puts it in. Oh. Or it is an... Yes, that one hit the yellow. That is a goal.
Yeah, that was an. I feel like there was a game within the last 2 weeks where that happened and it wasn't in, and we got a little startled by it. That one is in. Nails it perfectly in the middle, apparently, because it went off the upright. Well-deserved second goal for Peel.
Yeah, she buried that one. I think she's recognizing that the goalkeeper paw is frequently out of her net, and so she's not afraid to shoot early, and that is really proving to be a successful tactic. Peel is onside. This is going to be a challenge. Headed out by Paul. Well done. Peel might be in an offside position there. Need to be careful with the goalkeeper actually farther away, which means she needs 2 other defenders to keep her onside. This one's crossed in. Olsen pressuring. And we have a foul in the penalty area.
It's like maybe just a little too much tussling for the ref in that case. But more high pressure that KFA is really struggling to deal with.
Olsen picks that one out of the air, but touch gets away from her. Wessel with more aggressive physical play wins this one. Works it all the way over. Oh, a nice pass. Good switch of the fields. Unfortunately, Taylor was a defender in her way. Pressure from behind by Peel, making it difficult here for KFA to get it out, and they do force the turnover. Looked like Peel was offside, and she was. End of minute 45. We go into add-on time. Should be at least 2 to 3 minutes. Couple for that injury to the goalkeeper, Sunny Pa. Fortunately, she is able to continue play. A little confusion on the restart here.
Yeah, the ball got rolled back to Pa, but she didn't see it roll back. It never got to the field. So there's been a little bit of a delay.
Nice step up the backside, feeds it across looking for Olsen. Olsen still pressuring. Finally wins it. Can she get there in time? This one's headed for the end line. She's going to make it. Crosses this one in. It's a good one. Peel taps it to a teammate, drops it all the way back. Long shot, and pause right there for the save. On frame, but not struck with, I think, the desired trajectory that shooter was looking for on that one.
Yeah, no, not quite the power or the angle that it needed to probably beat Pa.
A little bit shorter that add-on time than I was expecting, but otherwise really nice half here for Vlora. I mean, up 3-0.
Yeah, really crisp performance, showing some instinct in the attacking third that we haven't been able to see yet this season, making most of the possession they're getting over KFA, and just a really strong, we talked about the 2-0, felt like, okay, this is finally kind of what we should be getting from this half, and 3-0 all the more, really making the most opportunity here tonight to put a good performance together.
And that is your score at halftime here at Bob Pate Stadium in Burnsville, Minnesota. It's 3-0 Vlora. We'll be back for the second half in just a little bit. Stick around, folks. Welcome back. Burnsville High School, Bob Pate Stadium here for the second half of Karen Football Association and Vlora FC. Vlora with a dominating first half, up 3-0. Skip Newton here with Dominic Bisogno and Katie Brink. It's been a very well-played first half. Looking at the stats, 9 shots on goal for Vlora. Obviously, the 3 goals, just 3 shots for KFA, and none of those on goal. None of them really, threatening in any way. So, a performance we needed to see, I think, tonight from Vlora.
Yeah, Vlora needed a night of a confident, dominant result of some sort, and that's what's playing out here so far. I think, the mission for the second half, of course, is not to get complacent and to keep it up and ensure that nothing sloppy happens to create a comeback for KFA and maybe get a couple more goals for Vlora, who have, by the way, made some changes at halftime I'm seeing here. We'll get those to you as we see them.
So number 27, Gabby Medeiros, number 21, Lauren Smith, both checking into the game at halftime for Vlora. Goalkeeper remains the same, Gracie Freiberg. A fairly uneventful first half, which has been nice to see for Vlora. And as you alluded to earlier, it'd be nice to just see her finish the game. We've had an odd number of goalkeeper injuries between the women's and premier team. Ellie Nean also looked like a possible handball that was missed there by Hagman.
And Freiberg ends up having to make a proper save there, actually, on a little bit of a bouncing shot. He's able to just collect it, keep it to her chest.
First save of the match for Freiberg here, coming in the 47th minute. Hawa making moves, getting fouled.
It's like a little bit of contact on the face, perhaps. She grabbed her face, and I believe there was a card shown there. There was a raised, I believe, to Gabby Madeira. I'm not sure. There was a raised arm, and I couldn't quite frankly see if there was a card in his hand or not, but it looked
a dangerous shot.
Yeah, almost kind of tricks its way inside the post there.
So we think number 27, Gabby Medeiros, got a yellow, but it was tough to see from our angle. I don't know of any reason why the ref would hold his hand straight up like that. It wasn't like it was an indirect kick. So
right. Yeah, it was hard to quite read what was happening there. It certainly looked like maybe either because of the contact with the player's face or perhaps some sort of delay of game. It seemed like there might have been a card there.
Another shot goes well wide there for KFA, but already 3 shots here in the second half. So clearly down 3-0. It's shoot often, which isn't the worst strategy you can ever have. Right. You got to do something to generate offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this is a team that's looking for goals as much as Vlora is. And at a certain point, they might feel that the first half they could have done more with some quicker triggers on the chances that they did create or sort of half create.
Foul called there on KFA, a good call. Getting in the way, stopping momentum. Mentioned Ellie Nean in the game as well. So Nean, Lauren Smith, Gabby Medeiros, all in for Vlora. I missed that call.
Yeah, so the refs called a free kick for some contact between Smith and the Karen goalkeeper. After Pa already had the ball held, there was a little bit of a shoulder-to-shoulder, and I think the ref's just trying to make sure that there's not more of that, especially considering in the first half she had a brief injury situation. So
first half fouls, 1 on Karen, 5 on Vlora. So a very clean match thus far. I mean, we've had the 3 total fouls called early in the second half, but as far as yellow cards go, I don't think that was too aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice to see. I mean, sometimes games can get a bit out of hand, especially if it becomes one-sided. But we're watching some pretty physical play before this throw in here, right in front of us at midfield, battling for position, and there's the call.
Yeah, just a little bit of roughhousing. Medeiros and number 10 from KFA. I think you're definitely right that the overall tone of today has not been overly. Hasn't been a lot of big malicious moments. It's been pretty clean, all said and done, considering how much is kind of at stake between the two teams. But also some gamesmanship and certainly a couple fouls in there.
Ball played into the middle, chested out there by Vlora onto the boot of Karen. Tried to bring that one back was Mekia, but well defended. They're still battling for it, and here's a pass intercepted by Garcia. Tried the through ball there, looking for her teammate, Vlora 2. This one goes in technically on frame. Freiberg picks that one up. Middle of the 52nd minute. One's headed back. As we've seen all match long, goalkeeper Sunny Paul well out of her box. Oh, a nice step up there defensively by Vlora. Freeman plays that one back and gets it back now. Karen gets the turnover. That shot is blocked. KFA almost in the penalty area. Knocked away at the last minute there. So some pressure here for KFA, really controlling play here in the second half.
Yeah, and Olabadi really having to do some work blocking that shot. Yeah, I think we haven't quite seen some of the fluidity yet from Vlora that we saw as sort of the tail end of the first half, and KFA are kind of making the most of that, getting a little more of the ball, and they're just forcing the Vlora defense to work a little harder. To wait and see if Vlora can kind of grow out of that and back to how they were. Well, here we go.
Pressure there forces the turnover. Ball played through. Can't be picked up. She's out of her box. But Paw does make the save.
Misplaced pass, and it's a Vlora throw.
That was Lauren Smith with that long pass/shot, recorded as a shot since it would have, I believe, gone in. Throwing just past midfield line. Olivia Peel tried to feed it across unsuccessfully, but this one ends up back to Peel, but she's defended, trying to bring that one down. Garcia, nice job spinning outside of the foot, near touchline. That one's going to stay in. Not there in time.
Just not quite able to get to it. Had Milion kind of marking her along the way in case, but yeah, again, Vlora now with a little bit of possession deep into the attacking third there to look back on, but not quite finding the rhythm they had in the first half, but certainly dealing with KFA along the way.
That pass just out of the reach, so into touch for KFA. Ellie Meehan called for the foul, fourth one of the second half on Vlora. Opportunity for Daniela Garcia to put this one into the penalty area. Shoots that one on frame, or I should say attempt to put it on frame. Interesting decision there. I think too far out for a good shot. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just didn't strike it the way she wanted.
I think she might have got caught a little bit between two ideas as well, because she sort of had a runner on that side of the ball. It could have run onto that if it wasn't so deep into the final third, but didn't put it on frame either. They're putting a lot on Garcia, I think, particularly because she gives them a frame to sort of build off of in the attack. She's getting a lot of the ball. She's having to do quite a lot with Meehan and Deros.
Cross near side, controlled by Vora. Well done there. A few passes here, strung together. Trying to get one past that back line. Meehan perhaps a little aggressive. Didn't quite have the angle, I think, to make that pass. Headed into the middle, that was Million. Plays it across. Wessel does get there in time. Hagman feeds it through, well played. Ellie Meehan. And the flag is up. Peel strayed past the last defender.
He was kind of weaving back and forth for a while there, waiting for the ball, and unfortunately the pass just came at the wrong moment for her. Tell she wants to probably get that hat trick done tonight.
Yes.
After the weight she's had to put on for her first goal, to have two already. So she wants more.
The timing of that go pass with the intended target can be tricky when they switch a few players at halftime. They just might not have that chemistry together right away. That was Meehan on that pass where Peel was offside. Here comes KFA. They have an opportunity far side. Wessel going to shield the ball. Well done, putting her body between the ball and the Karen attacker. Really solid defensive play there.
Yeah, did well to prevent any immediate danger there. It does get a little scrappy and result in this throw-in, but certainly needed to be in the right place there just to prevent that free run, maybe a cross into the box for KFA.
Throw into the box. Immediately taken away. Cleared out, but KFA controls. Into the middle. Long shot. High and wide. Seventh shot here of the second half for Karen. Minute number 60 as we come up to the hour mark.
KFA just making a change here. Bringing off two for a new player here. And maybe 5. 2 for 5.
Little aggressive on the place down and restart there. The ball was still moving. Long ball off the head of the current attacker. Now they control. Midfield. Fakes pass, brings it farther in, then feeds it through. It gets through. Open opportunity here. The shot. Freiberg with a great save. The rebound is cleaned up.
Really nice save from Freiberg there. That was actually ended up being a really well-placed pass and a solid shot. She hasn't had to do too much today, but really good awareness from Freiberg.
Easily the best scoring chance for KFA and the biggest save for Freiberg. There, the offside flag is up. Just snuck past that last defender. That was Lawrence Smith. Played out of the air nicely in the far touchline.
I think might be a free kick on that actually. Let's see how they, yeah, just a little aggressive on the follow through of that challenge on the sideline there. Another shoulder to shoulder there.
That was almost a head-on collision.
I think what's happened there, a factor at the very least, the free kick that was just given was for some contact into the chest and face of number 10. And I think she's come off of that foul a little hot.
Yep.
And then first Vlora player that really gets in her way, it's kind of played out in reverse. And it looks like Vlora getting the free kick out of that, but I don't think any card has been given, but I think just a little tension's a little high after some fouls, some tough contact on 10 through the second half. And Wessel kind of unknowingly becoming the victim of that while trying to defend her.
They're holding at midfield, which creates a race. Of course, Paul way out of her box. Dangerous defensive strategy there for KFA, but it pays off. Nice job by Laura. Nean spins her defender. Two-man game near side. She dribbles away from pressure. Laura resets. Million plays it up. Now there's that through ball. Paw racing into touch.
I think there you see an example of, especially the way the game's gone, the way Paw's really staying high up at times. What is the point? What is being accomplished by that? But I think you see there what they're trying to do is have her able to clean up for those balls that the back line for KFA is not quite able to manage Vlora's speed on. And sometimes it is getting the job done. It does mean they're playing a really high-risk game, and Vlora's regularly punished them for it. But it's one of those, damned if you do, damned if you don't things of, well, if they stop doing that, do Vlora get a lot more one-on-ones in the box with the goalkeeper, right?
Right, and it puts so much pressure on her, not only to play the ball cleanly, and we saw earlier where she was unable to do that, and it led to the goal, the first one for Olivia Peel, but also she has to make that decision of when do I commit and when do I need to start backpedaling,
right?
Because if I'm not going to get there, and here's an opportunity once again, Paul with a great play. But if they were to cross it past her or get it beyond her, then it's almost a for sure goal for Vlora if they get there first. Absolutely. Oh, and there's the obvious trip. I think this is going to be a yellow. The center ref races over. 65th minute.
I think unfortunately, just on that far side, it's we've kind of seen through this half, and it's been on the near side as well at times, a little bit of a back and forth over the last so many minutes between a couple different players, and this time it's a foul on a KFA player. It is number 10 again, who's kind of been in the mix of a lot of this.
We're going to go to our spotter and producer, and really the one that keeps us all in line up here, Katie Brink. We get the jersey number on the yellow card there.
7.
So Cicely Wessel with the yellow, and with the injury, and you said that was number 10, Garcia, down.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. It's a great point. When the foul before with the grabbing and
was
throwing
these
down,
two players in the other
same
direction.
two, yes.
And then before that was the free kick given for Garcia. So there's been a little bit of a play-by-play situation here.
I think if you know, being the state of hockey, if this were in the rink, we know where this would end up, right? I mean,
Gloves off.
gloves off, 5 minutes each.
But yeah, you know, I think the refs are maybe now starting to realize they need to just monitor the situation a little more, because it's very clear now there's a couple players on the pitch that just are looking for each other. And you can understand the emotion of that, but of course it's the ref's job to make sure that doesn't escalate. So,
and this is one too where I wouldn't mind a referee pulling those two players aside and just having a quick 10-second conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, both of you guys need to cool it here.
Don't make me do something I don't want to
Right.
do in this game, and sort of change the whole nature of this night. Because unfortunately, the way this works is if you go back and forth, eventually somebody's going to do something that results in a different kind of card than
Yes,
we've seen so far
absolutely.
tonight. So, wouldn't want to see that from either team. Want a clean game. So,
We can get back into the result of that after the injury break. It's a opportunity here for KFA to get on the board. They've got a free kick deeper than the penalty box, but obviously from a tough angle, but almost like a better angled corner, if you will. I'm a little surprised they don't have more defenders up in that scoring area. When they put that one on, collision, I believe the save was made by Freiberg.
yeah, and it's a corner. So, presumably Freiberg with the last touch. Just kind of patted away at that near post.
It was a good, low, hard shot with the Karen attacker right there to put pressure on Freiberg. Nice job of Freiberg handling that. The first corner of the match coming here for KFA. She's going to go short. Bring it out left, improve the angle, left foot into the box. Played farther out. Cleared by Vlora. Swung on a miss there. Tapped over. Vlora can't control. Good pressure and another foul. Looked like both those players are going at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, the refs sort of had to make a decision really just on how he saw it play out, because it really was a back and forth. Just giving it to KFA. Pretty interesting position for a free kick there.
Yeah, we've seen Garcia shoot from farther out from a worse angle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised she puts this one on frame. That's what she does. Off the pipe and off of Freiberg. That was almost that dangerous situation where it hits the pipe or the crossbar, then hits the goalkeeper and goes in.
Yeah, that's pretty. I'm not sure I've seen it hit the back of the goalkeeper off the post and not
Right.
go in.
No, I mean,
that's really remarkable.
That's the awareness of Freiberg.
Yeah, I mean, yes, she's had quite the day. I'll give her that.
All the way back defensively here for KFA as Vlora is screaming for their back line to clear out, puts some pressure on, and there's Peel with pressure. She gets past the keeper. This is a chance for the hat trick. She rolls it towards the net, and it's in the corner, almost missing. The 70-minute goal scored by Olivia Peel.
It's a hat trick for Olivia Peel, who's certainly earned it, really putting her athleticism, her speed, and her composure on display through this entire night.
And you talked earlier about, that Sunny Paw coming way out of the goal and how that's helped at times, but Vlora has proven to beat that,
Right.
and it's led to these kind of scoring opportunities, and a great one there for Peel. Going to take a look at the replay here. Maybe we'll get back to that and get live action, but once again, Vlora capitalizing, scoring their 4th goal of the match, a 4-0 lead. Well, 20 minutes remains. It's tough to say that your goal to go up 4 is a big goal, but I feel like the way the half was going, it was kind of a needed one for Vlora. Like, okay, the other team has somehow found momentum, and let's nip that in the bud.
No, absolutely. I think regardless of whether any actual comeback took place, I think KFA were sort of winning a moral victory with the way that second half was playing out, and this is a great way for Vlora to just kind of cancel that out a little bit. Reinforce why they're ahead.
Oh, a nice ball down the near side. It's a race. Ian can't win it, but she is able to temporarily get that one. I don't think she realized that she had a little more space battling with Novem Ong.
Got a change coming in here for Vlora. Alyssa Freeman's coming off. Waiting to see who's coming on here.
Olivia Peel with the hat trick. 3 consecutive goals now for Vlora. And a push from behind. I believe that's number 9. Is that Mia Silva?
Yeah, she's just come on, so that's her first real act here, is just disrupting that throw and drawing the foul.
Long ball delivered, headed out by the back line of Vlora. Nice job defensively, preventing the attacker from spinning. Getting a boot on that, forcing the turnover, and here comes Vlora again. Peel looking for that through ball. Unable to deliver, but now going back and forth, and here comes KFA. 4-on-4, they try to feed one through, that one's knocked away. Up and down, this one is onside. If she's in, she keeps it in. Opportunity here for the goalkeeper is out. A long shot should put this one home, and a big save. The rebound up and wide of the net.
Yeah, nice kick save from Paw there on an otherwise dead center Peel run and shot. Did really well to just loop in from an onside position into that run.
It's one you'd like to see if you can just get under it and lob it over the keeper. There's plenty of room behind her for that ball to come back down. Let gravity be your ally. Ian. Hagman plays that one forward. This is Nian. two defenders and lost it. Couldn't find someone to pass to. Play down the near side. Hagman's going to win this one. Up the line. Nice ball. Finds Medeiros. Plays it far side. Headed forward. This should be onside. There's the offside flag.
Refs hasn't called it yet, which he really
Ref's
should
just
be here.
Gonna wait, and
He still hasn't.
now he's realized that the flag was up. And I don't think he called that a goal anyway. It looked like
Yeah.
that was a weird sequence. I mean, there was at least one girl offside, but I couldn't tell if maybe the other one wasn't. And
To my eye, they both were.
yeah,
But yeah, well, okay. It looks like the refs have agreed now. I think it was a matter of the head referee just not seeing that the flag had been raised.
it'd be fun if the ref had a second flag. You could put both up.
Emphasis, yes. Throw them on the field.
Like the referee in football when they've thrown the penalty flag, but then there's another one, so they throw their hat or whatever. Far side, KFA in the corner. Opportunity deep, trying to get that one into the box. They do, but Freiberg up to the task.
Yeah, nice little cross there. I mean, it kind of dips right into that near post, but Freiberg was really prepared for it. KFA creating a little more tangible trouble than they did in the first half, I think it'd be fair to say.
Easily, yeah.
But not necessarily capitalizing on it, but certainly they can come away from this half saying, they came out second 45 and made Vlora work a little harder defensively.
Oh, a nice pass across. Medeiros faked the shot, trying to get past that defender. Over to a teammate. Long shot and high and wide.
Good drive down the field. Medeiros maybe had a spot there to actually take the shot herself. Just didn't quite find it, and then it kind of became a bit of a scramble for who can find some space.
Waiting on the goal kick here for Karen into the 78th minute. Burnsville High School on a beautiful Sunday evening. Both these teams coming in winless. And Vlora looking to get the 3 points in the match. A commanding first half 3-0 lead. Led by Olivia Peel, tacked on another one here in the second half just a few minutes ago, finishing up their first victory of the season. At this point, I think you want to see them continue to maintain some good possession, create opportunities like this one here. Of course, if you could interview Gracie Freiberg in the middle of a match, she'd say, I'd love to keep the clean sheet. Here's a left foot shot spinning. This one's dangerous, and it's in! Up and in, I believe that was number, 21. I think Morin Smith. The spinning left foot shot right at the end of the 79th minute.
Just managed to kind of scoop it over the goalkeeper, put Paul in a little bit of an awkward position, tries to get a hand to it, and isn't really able to control it beyond lifting it a touch. And it's a goal for Vlora.
Another one there where it's a goal, I think, because Pa's so much out of her net, right? Like if she's back at a traditional goalkeeper style, I think that's a fairly routine save.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
10 minutes and change remains here as Vlora probably looking for a few more. I think that the question mark now becomes, can they build on this for the rest of the season, right? They've gotten that the first goal they needed, they've gotten the first win, or they should obviously. Can they kind of build some momentum for the home stretch?
Yeah, absolutely. I that is the big question. Obviously, there's a lot of stronger teams in this division that they have to continue to deal with that they've already been playing through this season. You would like to think that a result like this gives the players something to bond over, to build on, to make those games closer, to keep Vlora in the mix a little better in terms of getting a goal somewhere in there and just being able to fight a little harder against those higher table teams.
That pass is a little strong. Good effort there. Near side. Yep, Maggie McAllister just checked in, I believe. Recognized her speed on the near side. Peel had that one, passed it back. She's got a hat trick here tonight. Here comes Vlora for more. The shot gets by Paw, but it's wide. We'll see if she did not touch it. And I don't know if the flag was up. I don't know if there was a call there or not. But regardless, no goal. Julia Lindau, number 22, also has checked in. Good opportunity here for Vlora to really clear their bench and get everyone some playing time.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets everybody on their feet, have as many players as possible benefit from the confidence boost a night like tonight can generate.
Headed forward by KFA. Good foot race down the far side. Defender did a nice job getting in the way of that one. I believe that was Kira.
We got a yellow card here for Garcia. I think just too many bumpings with Vlora defenders for the ref to let go at this point and have to step in to set a tone.
Checking in, Lee Yang, number 12. And Garcia with the yellow. Like you said, that kind of a cumulative yellow. Like it's been a few, and then one too many in this case. That's pretty common.
Yeah, I think if my attempt to connect to the telepathy with the head referee is, I think he's was trying to allow her some space for reacting to what she was getting, and it's just been too much of that now for the ref to let go.
Freiberg picks that one up and rolls it over near side. Callister. Nian. Threads it between two defenders, gets it right back. Immediately under pressure, slide is unsuccessful. Outside, long shot. Significantly too high.
Yeah, there just hasn't been the right kind of finishing for KFA tonight. Even in the second half, been much better in terms of creating opportunities to get into the right space, but just haven't. Freiberg's had to do some action through the second half, a couple saves, but haven't really had the right look to their shots.
pass goes into the current bench. It'll be a throw-in for Vlora. 86th minute. 5-0. Just want to see this one ideally wrapped up with a clean sheet. And, of course, no injuries to either team. This one's played through. Easily played by goalkeeper. I believe that's still Paw back there. McAllister comes up. She's going to put one into the box. Technically a shot and save.
Yeah, just looking to find a spot to lay it off to for one of multiple runners to get to, and just doesn't quite work out. And on the right place at the right time.
Meehan threw off the heel there, looking for Medeiros. Hagman, nice touch outside. Nice ball, just a little far.
Yeah, you can see she's trying to pick out Peel, and I think the ball just needed to not curve back a little bit, perhaps, for Peel to reach it. But it's been a lot of good connecting, really, from the entire Vlora midfield and right side, finding Peel in those openings.
And that one was Lindau, number 22. Speed on the outside, far side. Possession trades back and forth until it goes into touch. This will be a throw-in for KFA. Feel the wind picking up a little bit here at the end of the match. Long ball off the defender. Paw coming out. Gets that one into touch. It'll be a throw-in here for Vlora to be McAllister. Ball pinballed around a little bit. Pulled back. Left foot cross strongly. Paw picks that one up. Kept in by Garcia. Dispossessed nicely by Vlora, and they'll play it back on the back line. Up to front line play to Meehan. Ooh, the through ball almost there for Lauren Smith. Peel pulls up a little lame there. Hopefully that's nothing to be concerned about. Maybe she just stepped funny. I think she's walking it off now.
Might have been a misplaced foot. Yeah, she's walking it off now. It's a little discomfort. Definitely seemed to pull up on that run there. I mean, she's been doing a lot of work all night. It's possible that she's got a limited amount of those sprints left for the remainder of this 90.
If I had a substitution left, I think I might be yanking her at this point. KFA with an opportunity. It's Garcia. It's like 1-on-3. Good recovery by the defense to at least delay. Long shot. This could be trouble, and it is! Just over the outstretched hand of Freiberg. The goal scored. I can't quite catch who put that one in the 90th minute.
Yeah, might need a look back at that. It was Garcia setting up the action, and
Yeah, unfortunately could not get the jersey number of who scored. This one's out of the box. It's going to be shielded into touch by Paw. Now she goes down. I don't know if there was a...
I think they've whistled for full time there.
And that's it. So they did not add much time at all. It's just 15 seconds. And that'll do it. It's a victory for the women, 5-1. Really, I mean, dominating first half for sure. The second half controlled more so early on by Kren, but the opportunities for a counterattack were really capitalized on by Vlora.
Yeah, you can see KFA came out of the second half came out of halftime rather with some intention and some adjustments they were trying to make, and they worked in some ways. Vlora, though, with that 3-0 lead, just really maintained control over the game and eventually started packing those goals back on and just sort of silenced any hopes of a dramatic comeback, albeit a nice lob goal at the end there for KFA for some consolation.
Yeah, a really nice shot and goal there. Unfortunately for Vlora, they don't get the clean sheet, but they do get the much-needed victory. The final score here from Burnsville, 5-1, Vlora with the win. For Katie Brink, Jane on the drums, and Dominic Bissonia, my name is Skip Newton. So long, everyone. Victorious is Vlora. Good night.